An international war crimes prosecutor says evidence emerging from mass grave sites in Syria is exposing a state-run machinery of death under toppled leader Bashar al-Assad. Stephen Rapp visited 2 mass grave sites in the country. This one is in Najah, near Damascus. Rapp said he estimates more than 100,000 people were tortured and murdered since 2013.
We heard from a witness who testified in Germany and whom I personally interviewed and we personally worked with for a long period of time with satellite imagery, that at this particular cemetery, where he had been one of the administrators, he was called into service by the government in 2012 in order to begin the mass burial of persons that had been killed in government custody.
A cemetery guard and a farmer who lives nearby both described seeing refrigerated trucks at the site. The guard said there were large pits for bodies, as well as graves that would hold about half a dozen people. The other site visited by Rapp is in Qataifa, where people declined to speak on camera or use their names for fear of retribution, saying they were not sure the area was safe yet after Assad's fall. One called it a, quote, place of horrors. This satellite imagery analyzed by Reuters showed large-scale digging began at the location between 2012 and 2014 and continued up until 2022. The head of U.S.-based Syrian advocacy organization, the Syrian Emergency Task Force, has estimated at least 100,000 bodies were buried in Qataifa alone. The International Commission on Missing Persons separately said it had received data indicating there may be as many as 66, as of yet unverified, mass grave sites in Syria. More than 157,000 people have been reported missing to the commission. Rapp led prosecutions at the Rwanda and Sierra Leone war crimes tribunals. He told Reuters that in Syria, quote, thousands of people were working in this system of killing, and that nothing has been seen like this since the Nazis.
Every family seems to be affected by a disappearance, and they cry out for answers about what happened to their child. There's still faint hopes that somebody could be found alive.
Hundreds of thousands of Syrians are estimated to have been killed since 2011, when Assad's crackdown on protests against his rule grew into a full-scale civil war. Syrians, rights groups, and other governments accuse Assad and his father of widespread extrajudicial killings. Assad had repeatedly denied that his government committed human rights violations and painted his detractors as extremists. A lightning offensive by rebels ended more than 5 decades of iron-fisted rule by his family.